Good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on what time you're watching this. CrossFit Federal, it is Thursday. So, Gunner, leave it. He's trying to chew on slam balls, you know, because ball is life. So, it is a makeup day. That means if I've missed Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday this week and I want to make up a workout, then I have the option to make up that workout. And so if you're doing a makeup workout, get warmed up, get through that workout, post your score for that workout. You don't have to go back to that post on Facebook or anything else like that to post on that day specifically, but go ahead and post it on the Thursday one so we can see who made up what. But if I have done all three, or if I'm just not feeling making up one of those workouts, because let's face it, not everyone loves doing Fran. If I want to do the workout today is going to be not quite as high intensity. Well, take that back. There's a little bit of high intensity involved, but it won't be something that's going to totally crush you, totally devastate you, and make you super sore going into Friday and Saturday. When we look at Saturday being 4th of July, and usually on those holidays, we do harder workouts. In this case, we're definitely looking at Murph for those who want to do that, and we might have an additional workout program for those who don't want to do Murph or don't feel ready for that kind of volume yet. So we'll get there when we get to Saturday. Anyway, let's look at what's on the board. So our general warm-up today, since we are doing death by calories on the rower for our workout, we are going to row 1,200 meters at a moderate pace. 1,000 meters is anywhere from about 4 to 5 minutes, depending on the athlete. Faster, obviously, if you want to go faster. But 1,200, we should be looking at about 5-6 minutes worth of rowing, just to get things kind of primed and all that sort of stuff. Now, the death by calories is a little different. Traditional death bys are you do 1 rep. Every minute on the minute, you add a rep. So on minute 1, I would do 1 calorie. Doesn't sound like that much. Super easy. Couple pulls, 1 calorie over. When minute 2 ticks over, I do 2 calories. And then rest the remainder. 3 calories, and rest the remainder. 4 calories, rest the remainder, so on and so forth, until I am unable to complete the amount of calories that I need to do in that 60-second work period. And a traditional death by will end there. Ours is a little different. Now, if you can read my chicken scratch handwriting, I'll read it here for a second. So death by calories on the row, we're going to start at 2 calories. Every minute, add 2 calories. So minute 1 is 2 calories. Minute 2 is 4 calories. Minute 3 is 6 calories, and so on until failure. And failure isn't, well, I finished 10 calories and I don't feel like doing 12, so I'm going to call it there. Failure on a death by, if you're doing this the right way, when that minute starts, even if you're unsure that you can do it, you're going to try like hell to do it and finish those calories. And if I need to get 16 calories in a minute and I get 14 by the end of that minute, that's failure. Failure, I'd say the other way around of going like, I did 12, I can't do 14. Technically, that's not failure, that's quitting. So we don't quit. That's not how it works for us. So I want you guys to do this as it was intended. What we would do is on that time that I missed. So let's just use that example of 14 calories and 12 calories. So let's say I do 14 calories, or I'm on 14 calories and I'm rowing like hell and I'm trying to get there and I don't make 14. Well, I successfully completed 12. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rest a minute. This is that other twist to our death by today. I'm going to rest that next full minute. And then I'm going to start over again at 12 calories and work my way down. So after I rest that minute, I'm going to go 12 calories and then rest. And then I'm going to go 10 and rest, 8 and rest, 6 and rest, 4, and so on and so forth, till I get back to 2 and finish my 2 calories again. So we're doing this as a ladder or a pyramid or whatever, however you want to look at it, starting here at 2 calories, working our way up, right? So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, so on. Once I get to the top and I fail, I then work my way back down, what I've already done. So 10, 8, obviously these would represent when your minute starts over. When we look at a death by, a lot of people will try to game it and pace things. It starts off feeling okay, but what happens when you pace a death by is you end up not allowing yourself any rest time. So if I'm like, 2 calories is super easy, yeah, it's not going to be a lot of effort to do that. For same story. The first few minutes always feel fairly easy on a death by workout. And then when you get a handful more minutes further into that, you start to realize, it starts to settle in that this isn't going to feel that great. So we're going up and then back down to that 2 cals, which means that, yes, we're going to work really hard. We're going to have a little bit of time to reset and then work really hard at first, and that number gets less and less. So we are going to be fighting fatigue and those sorts of things. But again, keeping this monostructural, meaning we're only doing rowing. It's not a ton of load. Yes, it's higher intensity especially when trying to get those bigger numbers. But it's gonna make us sweat and breathe, and we're gonna collapse off the rower when we're done. But it's not gonna totally kill me. And in fact, this can work more like active recovery from the rest of the week. Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely feeling it this week. In fact, on our deadlift day, I put a weight on the bar that would normally be a weight I wouldn't think about, and had something shift in my back, and I have a chiropractor appointment to get those things adjusted. We're all coming back to it, and so we expect some of those things to happen, but we want to avoid that stuff. So when we talk about scaling and tapering, like us as coaches, we are not an exception. And I know that for myself. I've actually never had any low back things with deadlift before, so this is a new thing for me. It's not terrible. Obviously, I'm standing here and I'm talking and all that stuff. I'm not like stuck in bed or anything else like that, but I'm a big believer in getting those things addressed as soon as they happen. So going to my chiropractor, making sure everything's okay, getting the all clear, maybe taking a couple of days to kind of take it easy, is my plan. So but either way, we'll get back to it, and I'll be back to it before you know it. So we are going through all of that stuff. When we're done with our death by calories, oh look, there's a couple minutes of accessory work at the end, or some skill stuff. So this is accumulate 2 minutes in an L-sit. And we can do the L-sit on the parallettes. We can do the L-sit on the rings. We can do an L-sit by hanging, dead hang from the pull-up bar. Parallettes is ideally what I have in mind here. Forgive me, as my back isn't 100% right now, so I'm not going to be doing as many demos for the next couple videos for these briefings, but I will talk you through the standards. And then encourage you that if you're like looking at something going, I don't know, YouTube it and take a quick look at somebody moving some stuff. Just because I want to listen to my body and not put anything at risk of being possibly worse until my chiropractor gets a chance to look at my back. So, but we're accumulating 2 minutes in an L-sit, and you don't have to hold it for 2 minutes. If you're holding an L-sit for 2 minutes, that's a pretty long time. But you're going to just cycle through and hold for as long as you can until you hit that 2 minute mark, so 120 seconds, and then we're done. So that L-sit is really going to start to work on some core activation. It is a very challenging isometric hold to hang out in. There's also a little bit of stability element there with the parallettes, or especially with the rings. So that's going to get stabilizers in your shoulders and everything else working to try to keep your hips in place. A really challenging movement, but really great to get back to some of those things and working on some of those skills. So that's what we're getting into for Thursday. Again, death by on the row, we're going up and back down. So it is a different style of death by workout than what we're used to. But should be a good time. Really push yourselves on this. When you're looking at intended stimulus behind a death by, the goal is to go till failure. So do push yourself to where you do actually fail to accomplish that work in that 60-second work period. Don't just quit because it gets hard. We do a lot of things in the gym that are hard, and we should be used to that stuff. Yes, it's not fun in the midst of it, but you will feel better about yourself, and you'll feel great when you're walking out of the gym knowing that you put everything you had into that, and really truly gave it 100%. So that's what we're getting into for Thursday, guys. It's going to be a great time today, and again, kind of active recovery. If you're not making up a workout and you're really, really sore and you look at things and go, I don't know, it is okay, guys, to take a rest day. So listen to your bodies as we're getting back into the swing of things and all that other stuff. We're going to find ourselves more sore than we're used to and possibly needing that rest, and that is all right. If you wake up in the morning and go, no, what, not feeling it, and you can tell that it's because you're sore and you're tired and you're worn out from the week, instead of I'm just not going to go because I don't feel like it. Those are two different things. So learn to recognize as an athlete when your body needs rest, and give it that rest when you need it. And that might be going for a hike. That might be doing something else just to kind of move and sweat a little bit, but nothing, again, that's going to be super, super high intensity when you're looking at rest days or active recovery days. So again, that's what we're getting into for Thursday. It's going to be a good time. I can't wait to get to the weekend. 4th of July is one of my favorite holidays ever, and it'll be interesting to see what happens this year with the pandemic going on. But either way, we're going to make it good. So hopefully there's some burgers and a beer or something like that in my very near future. I will look forward to seeing you guys in the gym today, and hope that more than anything, guys, let's kill it. Let's have a good time. Let's get after it.